Started the day like I do with every race day. Get some quick carbs in with my PB&J sandwich there and a nice cup of coffee to get that caffeine in. It was then time to head downtown to the race venue. The race started at 8 o'clock, so I like to get there about an hour and a half ahead of time to mentally prepare. Obviously, in this case, I had to get my football equipment on, so I needed plenty of time to get ready with all that. Once we got downtown, I knew it was going to be a really tough run because the weather was really weird. It was warm, muggy, especially for it being 6:30 in the morning. Look, you could barely see the buildings in downtown Dallas. Something I like to do with every race that I compete in is I go to the finish line and I like to stand there for a moment and visualize myself crossing the finish line. Endurance sports, the mental portion of the race is just as important as the physical part. I made my way over to the main plaza where my Arlington Renegades had a booth where I could change and kind of hang out before I got ready to run the race. Now, if you haven't done the Dallas Marathon before, I would highly suggest it. It's a very, very popular race. It's well put on, and there's a lot to do and see for those coming to spectate and cheer you on while you run. At this point of the morning, I'm really starting to get dialed in. I'm locked in mentally, and now it's time to change, get ready, and focus on the task ahead. There are 30,000 runners who compete in the weekend activities. There's my name on the wall. There's a 5K, an 8K, a half marathon, marathon, and ultra marathon. And everyone who competes gets to write their name on there. Now, fun fact, I was participating in the expo on Friday, so I was the first person to be able to write my name on the wall. I then had what I like to call second breakfast. It's nothing big, just a banana, but bananas are really good to eat before you run because they provide easily digestible starch and sugars that quickly get to the bloodstream and help maintain blood sugar levels throughout your run. And now I began the process of getting on all the layers of my football equipment, starting with the pants, the leggings, rocking my XFL spandex shirt. And then I didn't include this part in there, but the shoulder pads and getting the jersey over the shoulder pads is definitely the most challenging part of the process. Now, I did bring my world record certificate from last year's attempt where I broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest marathon in football equipment, and this attempt was to break the half marathon world record. And if you don't think I'm crazy yet, buckle up, because those shoes that I have on there, believe it or not, this half marathon attempt was the first time I was running in them. I bought them less than 24 hours before the race. Now, this tradition I have might be a little different than most endurance athletes because of my football background. I like to have a good, solid pre-workout. So I get that creatine in me, that caffeine, that nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator, to get me all jacked up and fired up for my run. I get that adrenaline going because that's what gets me through these races. So with the pre-workout flowing, the fit looking fire, I just wanted to do a little shakeout stretch, some dynamic stretching, which is definitely something that you should do before you run, as opposed to static stretching where you hold a position for 10 to 15 seconds. You want to keep that body moving, active, and get those cylinders firing in preparation for the task ahead of you. And just before 8 a.m., it's time for the national anthem. And I'll tell you what, nothing gets me as fired up for a race like hearing the national anthem before you go out and put it all on the line. Now you may be asking, why was I not at the starting line at 8 a.m. like I said the race started? Well, the Dallas Marathon has 4 different corrals, A, B, C, and D. I was in Corral D, so I definitely had some time in between the official start of the race and when my corral went off. So instead of standing and waiting for 15 to 20 minutes, I wanted to just get over there just as the race started, so I didn't waste that warm-up. And here we go, officially in the corral. Time to kick it off. Here I am at mile 2, absolutely feeling it, getting fired up seeing my coworkers. Mile 10, a bit of a different story. I was battling cramps and dehydration. That humidity was really getting to me, and the weight of the equipment was really starting to take its toll. And as I approached the finish line, I knew that I did not get the record, so I just wanted to have fun with it. I still ran a 1 hour and 33-minute half marathon in full football equipment, so it's nothing to be ashamed of, so I wanted to really soak it in as I approached that finish line.
And that's it for the half marathon. So to recap, we fell a minute short. Listen, not every attempt is going to be a world record breaking attempt. You're going to fail. There's lessons to learn along the way. I'll tell you what, there's no shame in not achieving your goals. It's a lesson in humility. The conditions just weren't right today. It's really muggy. It's mid-60s. I got really hot and I overheated. My legs cramped, and it was tough. But I still got an official time of 1:33. I averaged almost just at a 7-minute pace per mile, and I actually ran about a 13.3-mile run today because at the very beginning I was in the second corral, so I wound up bobbing and weaving for a little bit. So listen, I'm so proud of that time. Thanks for following. I hope this inspires you. And you know what? This isn't the end of the line, because we're going to attempt this record again. I don't know if it's going to be at this one. I don't know if it's going to be maybe in Buffalo in May. I don't know when, where, or how, but you bet your ass we're going to be back at it again, because Go for the Goldie does not friggin' quit. We finish when the job's done. So you mark my words. We're going to go out there and get that Guinness half marathon world record, and you can mark my damn words. So thanks for following. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. I got a ton of fun stuff coming your way. Thanks, and I will see you for another video. See ya from Dallas, Texas.